Okay, I got a target right here. Full tones hot program, stock hot program right here. It's giving me a lot of grunts, so I know it's deep. But I think it's foil here, right? I'm gonna go over to 3-tone and I'll show you what 3 tones does. And I'll explain it. I'm discriminated to, I think, 7.9 or something here. Reactivity 3, audio response 4, 7.9 discrimination, 90 gain. So, parks are full of foil, right? And if you're running a 3-tone program or a 4-tone or a 5-tone program, you're gonna get a broken tone because the coins read up high on the dais, right? The coins fall into a short, a very narrow range of numbers, right? In the 80s and 90s, basically. And everything below that is going to be some jewelry or a gold ring. Pretty much rings read up in the 80s, you know, with the 9-inch HF coil. But this coil is a little bit different, and I want to know how low of a conductor that is, and the dais doesn't tell me that when I'm in 3-tone, because you only have 1 tone there for a huge range of foil, right? A huge range of mid and low conductors. It's basically like having a 2-tone machine, right? The dais in 3-tone, because the iron you can reject the iron. You know, I'm discriminated in 7.9, so it's going to reject the nails and whatnot. Somewhat, you know, I still dig up quite a few nails with the Deus X35 coil, but in 3-tone, I don't know how actual low that conductor is, and I know which targets to skip up in hot program because I can tell how low of a conductor that is. With the 3-tones program, like the Deus Fast, I don't know how low it is, so I can't really skip up targets, right? If it's gonna give me a mid-tone, it could be anything, right? And listen to how scratchy this target is, right? I'm in the 3-tone program, Deus Fast. It makes it a lot harder to pinpoint your target, right? Because I'm getting I'm getting a mid and a high tone, right? So it's a broken tone. Now I'll put it back in hot program. Stock hot program. Oops, go back here. Hot program, right here. This sounds like foil. Right here. It might be a pull tab. Might be a pull tab on its edge about 6 inches deep. On its edge. Right here. Listen to it. Right? Listen to how many tones it's changing tones a lot. So it could be something on its edge, or it could be some foil, falsing on some foil, right? But with a 3-tone program, if you have it in any program in 3-tone, it's very hard to know if that's at an angle or not, because it's giving you a broken tone no matter what. If it's going to be a deep coin, or if it's going to be anything deep, it's going to give you multiple tones there. But with the Deus, I get with the hot program, I get a broad range of tones there, so I can really tell what conductivity that metal is right there. I think it's going to be some foil, right? It sounds really foily, like maybe a little bit of Canslaw, deeper Canslaw or something, right there. It's something deep, something deep. And this is super duper hot soil too, so it's a coin on its edge right there. See that? It's a nickel on its edge. Is it a buffalo nickel? No, it's just a nickel, right? So that's exactly what I was talking about, right? The hot program can tell you if a coin is on its edge or not, or it just gives you a broad range of tones, right? So I can skip up all that foil crap on there. If you're in 3-tones, man, you're gonna be digging up a lot of freaking foil, right? I just realized, especially with the ORX, you know, the ORX is a foil magnet, right? A junk magnet, right? I mean, sure, if you spend quite a bit more time than me with the Orcs or in 3-tone Deus, you'll be able to know what sounds like what. And with the Deus, you can actually adjust your tone breaks. With the Orcs, you cannot, right? We'll get another target here. Actually, I'll put it in, I'll put it back into Deus fast, 3-tone, and I'll show you what it does to this foil here, right? I'll just swing around here, and I'll try to hit on a tone here, and in hot program, it'll be foil, right? Getting a high tone there, right? That's just falsing on the soil a little bit. See how much of a broken tone this is right here? I just spent a couple seconds investigating this, right? Because it's being discriminated out. Right? With the hot program, I would just skip right over that, and I just know that it's just a low tone, right? See, look at that. It matters on really how fast you swing the Deus too in 3 tones, right? It's being discriminated out. And that's the whole thing. In 3-tone, you have to discriminate, because if you discriminate too low, you're going to get falsing on the iron. And if you discriminate too high, you're going to get really broken tones on your lower conductive targets, right? See, I'm getting high tones on the soil there, right? With the hot program in full tones, you don't get falsing on the soil with high tones. It gives you a low grunt. It's like a hum in the background. It's very similar to a threshold, right? See how it's clipping out there? It's a broken tone. It's a pretty solid mid-tone, but I don't know what conductivity that metal is there. I want to know if it's a really small piece of foil or a large piece of foil, or I want to know if it's a gold ring. It could be a deeper gold ring. So I'll put it in a hot program here, and I'll show you how much stuff you can skip by ear with the hot program, because I can tell what conductivity that metal is. I can hear what's happening in the ground with that, right? That's foil, right? It's foil. It's falsing on the foil right there. It's giving me a little bit of high tones on it. But as I rotate on it, you know, when I'm detecting, a lot of times I don't tell you this, but when I swing over targets, I'm rotating on it the whole time. I'm swinging on it every second, right? Every swing I go over that, I'm still rotating on it. I don't just go like right here and then go at 90 degrees and swing over it. I'm rotating and swinging at the same time. I want to know what the size of that metal is, and I want to know what shape it is. I want to know how deep it is, and I do that in an instant, right? You may not notice it, but I do it so fast, right? It's foil right here, right? It's just a little bit of foil, right there. A little bit of foil right there. See that? So with 3 tones, you know, with 3 tones, there's no way to manage your tones to reject that foil, because you only have basically 2 tones, right? One iron tone, and then a mid tone, and the high tone. And the high tone is so narrow that it's basically going to be a coin if you get a high tone, right? But it's a broken tone at with that foil and stuff. And I want to still get gold rings. You know, I still want to get those small little bits of jewelry. But in 3-tone, that jewelry is going to be really scratchy, right? It's going to be really scratchy tones. With the hot program, that full tones really gives you that. It compresses all of your tones together, and it gives you a one solid tone. But with the junk, it's a broken tone. It gives you a really wide range of tones, right? As I'm rotating on that really fast, I'll show you here. I do it so fast that I haven't really explained that too much, you know? When I hit a target, I'm rotating on it and swinging at the same time, right? I don't just go here and then go there, right? Because that's not a very good, I can't really get a good perception of if it's a long object, or if it's an object on its edge, or if it's a deeper target that I'm, you know, if it's surrounded in some iron or not. So I always rotate around my targets just like this, right? Try to get as many swings as I can as I'm rotating, right? At the same time. I don't stop. I don't just stop, right? Just boom, and then boom. And if I don't get a target this way, it's not that I don't stop digging that target, but if I swing over a target and I get a good signal and I just rotate this much, and if it changes a lot, it's gonna be foil. With 3 tones, you just don't get that, man. You get a pretty good solid target all the way around that, because your range of tone there is only 1 tone, so it's going to give you 1 tone no matter what, right? Or maybe a broken tone, you know, might give you a high tone and a mid tone on the foil,